At long last, we return to clan events, having only 3 triple rares. Congratulations, 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 we did it. Hello folks, it is time for another clan event. This time it's Murakumo, as you can see by Shin there in the bottom left corner of the screen. So let's take a look at it, take a look at all the cards that are in the actual event that I'm sure a lot of you guys are interested in, and we'll break it down together as always, because I'm sure a lot of you guys are excited. But luckily, this seems to be one of the cheapest clan events to get into, period, for several reasons. One of which is that this comes out the same time as the same month as Fighters Collection did. And of course, Fighters Collection gave PGs and Stride Fighters to every single clan, on top of 2 strides each, and Murakumo was quite lucky in that their double rare stride was actually very good, enabling attacks from the back row. And the triple rare stride in this set is actually not as good as that one, according to majority of people, so it's potentially a skippable card, which means that you probably need very few points to actually finish this deck. So let's break it down and go through the cards. So first things first, we have the GR, which of course is Homura Reida, and a lot of people are saying that you only really need 2 of him. Of course 4 isn't bad either, but his skill is GB2 once per turn, Kalmas 2 and G Persona Blast, and for that turn he loses 1 drive but gets the following ability. Once per turn at the end of the battle that he attacked the Vanguard, you can choose 3 rearguards with the same names and put them back to your deck, and if you do, you stand this unit and draw 1. So the ability to restand is pretty good, but at the same time it's a pretty expensive cost because you have to set up your field correctly for this. You need to, usually have triple back row that is the same, which can be a little tough when your grade 1s are basically like Stride Fighters and PGs for the majority of your grade 1 count. So you need to make sure that your remaining like 5 cards, like at least 4 of them are the same. So it kind of restricts your deck building a little bit too. Of course, you can also put back grade 2s. You're not restricted by that by any means, but just saying. But Kalmas 2 G Persona Blast for like drive -1 and you only draw 1 after that is like, it is good, but you can definitely get away with 2. Now the Mugen Reshahen, so of course the Demon Slayer arc of the movie, says when the attack hits a Vanguard, you choose one of your rearguards and search your deck for 2 cards with the same names as that unit that you chose and call them. At the end of that turn, those units go to the bottom of your deck. So they're not really a plus, it's like bonus attacks you get out, but then they go back, and with, the fact that they can't boost or like doesn't give them boost, you're gonna have to like carefully call what you want there. So it's like you don't really want to call 2 grade 2s because then you're in a bit of a tricky situation. You don't want to run like, I don't know, like maybe like the grade 1 10k attackers, so you can have like a 17k column. It's a little bit awkward, right? It's not really the best of strides, and the one from the Fighters Collection is a little bit better. Magatsu Typhoon is the Legion with Magatsu Storm, and he says when you Legions, for that turn, all of your Magatsu rearguards get plus 5k power, and they can boost, so that is pretty cool. Of course, you have Magatsu grade 2s, grade 1s, and 3s, of course, so that is also very nice. And once per turn Vanguard Circle, you can discard 1 in order to search your deck for a card with the same name as one of your Vanguards and call it. At the end of that turn, that unit goes to your hand, which is nice, because that gives you Stride Fighter directly to your hand, or you can rewrite Magatsu Typhoon to Legion again for that turn. So I think Magatsu Typhoon is actually quite decent, just because it's a very easy way to, make use of Magatsu Storm, so you can still use his Vanguard Circle abilities. On top of that, you get powerful rearguards that can boost, and you get to search out Stride Fighter, which is not too bad in my opinion. So he's alright. And then of course the main card, Yasuie, GB2 once per turn. When your rearguard is placed from your deck by your card's ability on your rearguard circle, you can search your deck for a card with the same name as that card and call it. So basically allowing you to clone something if you're sitting on him, which is quite nice. And when you stride over him, Kalmas 1, call a card from your hand, and then you may choose one of your rearguards and search your deck for a card with this, two cards with the same names as the chosen unit and call them. At the end of that turn, those go back to the bottom of the deck. So you can basically call like a grade 2 from hand, and then copy 2 more, and then go into the stride that lets you attack from the back row. So you can attack with like 1 of them from the back and then 2 of them from the front, and you get 4 attacks pretty consistently like that. And then the turn he's placed, he gets 3k. So I think Yasuie is actually quite good. Feel like this deck will be quite fun to play with. We have the Rune Star, who's GB1 when he attacks the Vanguard. If he was boosted, Kalmas 1, search your deck for a Rune Star and call it. At the end of the turn, it goes back to your hand. So this is the Amber clone for Yasuie. It's actually not too bad because, of course, you can basically now, enable something to attack from the back row, then attack with something, I'll attack that into an intercept, then the thing in front can attack into the other intercept. He can attack into the face, calling another copy of a Rune Star and attacking with that to, I don't actually know. You don't really have, like, guess you have to like put an intercept and then one behind the Vanguard, and then one on the grade 1, and then call this until in front of the grade 1. So you can technically get a 5 attack combo going. Doesn't sound too bad, so I think Runestar is worthy a pickup. Then the Stride Fodder is Ataka. Of course, we've had this already together with the PG, the White Heron. So both of them have been available to us since the start of the month. The effect critical, of course, is the Masamura. So same effect critical as always. When your Yasuie grade 3 or higher Vanguard attacks, put the soul, draw a card, give Vanguard plus 5k, and in the trigger zone, when you damage check it, you draw 1 card. The starter is the Onifundo, GB1 at the beginning of your main phase, Soul Blast 1, and put this card back to your hand. Look at the top 3 cards of your deck, choose one of them and call it. At the end of the turn, that card goes to the bottom of your deck, and he cannot be retired by your opponent's effects. So it's not bad, but in the TCG, remember, we used to run multiples of him, so you could like chain multiples, like bounce them back to your hand to get like 10k shield back into your hand, and then like call a bunch of cards as well. So he's okay. He's okay. I don't think he's super great. He like replaces himself, so it doesn't really do anything like super spectacular, I guess. Then we have the New Do Cloud. GB1 Vanguard Circle at the beginning of the main phase. You can choose one of your rear guards and search your deck for a card with the same name as that unit and call it. And then at the end of the turn, that goes back to the bottom of the deck. And Vanguard Circle, when placed, combos 1, Soul Blast 1. Choose a grade 2 or lower rear guard of yours, and then search your deck for 2 cards with the same names as that unit and call them. At the end of the turn, they all go, well, those 2 go to the bottom of the deck. So it's a way to clone, but it's on Vanguard Circle, so it's not really that great. Then we have the Fujino. Fujino says once per turn, when your other rearguard Fujino is placed for that turn, this unit gains plus 2k in the following ability. When the attack hits a Vanguard, countercharge 1. Not bad. You can run 4 of this, clone it, attack with it multiple times. It's gonna be able to, you know, give itself power, so you basically get 11k attackers that countercharge, which is pretty nice in my opinion, so I would want to run her as a 4 of. Then we have the Lake Diver. When placed, GB1 on rear circle, counterblast 1, and then search your deck for 2 Lake Divers and call them. At the end of the turn, they go to the bottom of your deck. So I think this might be the grade 1 you want to play, just because it's like CB1, clone 2, so you immediately fulfill the Homura Raiders effect, right? We were saying you need to have 3 of the same card in your field, and so this is a way to actually fulfill that, right? So I think he's actually quite good in just giving you the GR skill immediately right off the bat. He then scroll. I think a lot of people have a bit of a PTSD with this card. Rearguard Circle GB1, when placed, put this back to your deck, and then search, choose one of your rearguards that is not hidden scroll, and search your deck for 2 cards with the same name as that unit and call them. At the end of the turn, they go to the bottom of the deck. So free way to clone 2 rears, which is pretty damn good. It is a nice stand, but not sure if you would run it right now, but in the long term at least, it does seem worth it. Then we have the Tokube, which is the on Vanguard attack, 12k attacker on GB1. I think this will be a 4 of personally. I think it is quite good. And finally, the Charcoal Fox, which is when placed GB1 on Rearguard Circle for that turn, all of your Charcoal Foxes gain plus 2k, so you can that way, you know, keep calling multiples and cloning them, and they all get big power, and they're going to be good attackers, good boosters, etc. And then of course we get some packs of set 3 as well as the sleeves for both Homura Raider as well as Masamura. So yeah, those are all the cards, those are all the contents of the actual clan event. But as usual, let's take a look at the boost skins as well, which of course will matter for which days you want to go hard on. So here of course we have Dimension Police Carl, then we have Oyama Ryutaro for Narakami, of course Ibuki Koji for Link Joker, and finally Kanzaki Yuichiro for Shadow Paladin. So this one is boosted on the 1st and the 5th day, 2nd and 6th, 3rd and 7th, and finally 4th and 8th. So you can enjoy the boosts in that manner. But of course, let me go through a couple of these fights so we can go up against Shin and take a look at Yasuie in action. Alright, we have once again reached the man himself, Shinyon, Nita Shinemon. So it's time to see what Murakumo is all about with a serious Shin here as well. I think I have the animations turned on as well, so you guys will be able to see it once he rides it, so you can decide for yourself if you want the skin or not. Now, which deck do I want to show you? What is something... You know what, let's play some Metalborgs. I've been enjoying it. My first deck and fight for this set will be Link Joker Messiah. I'm still missing 2 big crunches, but we'll make do with what we have for the time being. But there are quite a lot of really cool decks so far this month, like between set 3 as well as the Fighters collection. There are just so many things, to be honest, that you can play with. So it's a lot of content as well for you guys to watch. So look forward to all the deck and fights throughout the month. I need to make a list of like everything I want to make so I can actually keep track of it. But it's time. Let's go. Shin versus my wife. Very nice. So he's going first as well, so we should be able to see a nice ride animation. On my side though, I think I'll be putting back the following. So no Stride Fodder here. Instead, we'll be able to ride up early. so we can see. Let me just make sure that the animations and everything are on. System, yup, looks like everything is enabled. All right, just hoping he does ride the, like, actually does ride the, you know, the right cards. All right, let's go into the Yunbot, sorry, not Conbot. Sounds like Conplot, which is a completely different thing that I'm sure certain viewers will know of. All right, we got a draw. Nothing too exhilarating for the time being, but next turn we might be able to superior ride already, which would be pretty hype and exciting. Please rush me down. Yes, yes, yes. Good, good, good. That's exactly what I want. Now I need myself to not hit a defensive. Even if I do, it's fine. He's hitting for 16, so this will actually hit. Gets a draw too. Excellent. All right, gonna take a damage. Gonna get a PG. It's all good. Our hand is very big too. So we're gonna ride Urbuster here. Ride up. And basically just call down everything. Sadly, including the Urbuster. Would have loved to keep that around. And use the skill to go and Legion before he can even stride, which is like the sole good thing about this card, actually, of that starter rather. So here I guess we can just push a little bit to the face, give him some damage to work with as well. No trigger, swinging with the draw effect, very nice. We have draw, like we have like stride fodder for days here as well, very nice. Big plump hand. All right, show me the beautiful Yasuie animation, please. Come on. Oh, it's pretty good. It's from the clan event quality, probably one of the best. I haven't actually seen the Susanoo one still, somehow to this day, but compared to like Victor and Vanquisher, pretty good. I don't think does Carl have an animation for Enigman? I don't think the Enigman was ever like animated. I don't think it was ever animated in the actual anime, which is kind of funny in its own right. Now let's go into Heavy Duke here and draw a bajillion cards, because we like drawing cards. Drawing cards is good. And of course, push our opponent to 5. We can see a stride or something. Not Homura Raider, but we can see something. Go into a heal, that's not exactly great. Not exactly what I want here, but it's alright. So we're gonna go to 8 cards in hand, which is okay. As long as we can maybe like heal. I guess with 2 heals and 2 PGs in hand, we should survive no matter what kind of crazy push Shin is gonna put on us here. So swing it to CB. A heal would be nice. Then we can use the skill again next turn. Nice, we do get the heal. Excellent. And then of course this will push 2 damage to Mr. Shin. But we got to see the animation, so that's honestly all I want to see. Gets a heal, which is also fine. I always forget how nice the heal is for for Murakumo. Nubatama is a different one. Murakumo has this lady from BTO8. Alright, we get to see the... Oh, there we go. That's what I was talking about. The 5 suction stride. Even he's going into it. Perfect. So yes, now... Will he use Lake Diver? Oh, he missed out on the skill. That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. And this would have been able to attack from back row, but he chose not to, which is also interesting. Alright, well, you got to see the stride line, the stride animation, the stride chant, I suppose. Alright, that's going to be it for Shin's turn. And I'll be able to bash him with full power with Mr. Heavy Duke once more. I suppose I'll discard a Grade 1 here. There you go. Going into the Heavy Duke. Excellent. So with this, we're able to push crazy numbers, draw a crazy amount of cards. He has no cards in hand, so I'm just gonna just go in here. That's a nice little PG you got there. Let's check the heal first, and then if he does heal, we can still bash with Heavy Duke with an extra crit. Doesn't get a heal, so that's gonna be it, but I got to show the animation. That's all I really want to do in these parts of the video, to be honest. Although I still, you know, I realized after uploading that I forgot to, I think like Tenedo miswrote or something against, or like got grade stuck, I think, the one time I did that. So yeah, that was pretty unfortunate, let's say. But as always, you guys want to be doing, you know, your like the daily fights. So in JP we have to do 10 in total per day. Even if you don't have the boost skin, just do the 10 and then save the rest of your tickets for the boosts. I think honestly you don't even need to reset stamina for this event because of how little of the cards you actually need. Like it's basically 2 GRs and like Yasuie, maybe the Magatsu Legion, and then apart from that, it's like rares and below, right? And it's like I guess the Ruin Star, and then like was there anything else? I'm trying to think. It's like Ruin Star, crit can be skipped. You want the Yasuie and you want the GR. I don't know, like maybe you have enough just to kind of like get by with that, to be honest. Like it's really easy to finish this event in my opinion. There's only 2 types of commons too, which is insane to me. 2 commons and 4 rares, and I guess you want the starter too, the starter everyone needs. But yeah, it's a very easy event to finish. I think that's by far the cheapest one we've had so far, so everyone should have a nice Murakumo deck now, and also enjoy the fact that Murakumo is in the character fights as well. But anyway guys, that'll be it for me today. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, please do give it a like, and if you like my content, please do also subscribe and check out all the good stuff in the description, like my Twitter, Twitch, etc. But on that note though, that's gonna be it for me today, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.